Well, growing international pressure against Myanmar's military coup with more calls for its reversal and more sanctions, Julie.
Yeah, the U.S. renewing the so-called Quad alliance with Australia, India and Japan to jointly push for democracy in Myanmar.
Well, according to a U.S. State Department spokesperson, the four top diplomats also discussed the urgent need to restore Myanmar's democratically elected government and strengthen democracy in Asia.
Well, in separate statements, both Japan and India also focused on the importance of democracy. Japan's foreign minister pushing for restoration of the democratic system, while Indian External Affairs Minister emphasized upholding the democratic transition.
The joint statement comes as both Britain and Canada slap sanctions on the country's military leaders. Britain will be imposing asset freezes and travel bans on 3 generals, while Canada is taking action against 9 military officials.
Well, the military government has repeatedly insisted that the coup was within their right, citing election fraud allegations as the main reason for seizing power. They said elections will be held again once they have addressed the issue.
This is unacceptable behaviour, that the coup must be resisted, that we must find a way back to democracy, and that those who perpetrate violations of human rights abuses, as we've seen in Myanmar, must be held to account.
In contrast, China's response to the military takeover has been muted, giving rise to allegations that it is backing the coup. But a spokesperson has denounced the rumours as a means to sabotage and provoke relations.
网络上的那些完全是谣言，目的是要破坏、挑拨中缅关系和友好。
And as world leaders continue to deliberate responses on the situation in Myanmar, the people have been silenced again for a 5th night in a row and in what's slowly becoming their new normal. Internet tracker NetBlocks reporting yet another network shutdown from the usual 1 a.m. local time. While many believe the blackout is to stop online dissent, it has done little to stop protests on the streets.
In the capital city of Naypyidaw, security forces reportedly used water cannons on protesters after trapping them between 2 roadblocks. Some were arrested as they attempted to flee. Motorbikes of those involved were also confiscated.
Traffic slows to a crawl in Yangon as protesters drive at a snail's pace. It's a show of opposition to the military coup. Others pretended their cars were broken down to disrupt roads. They want to block security forces from moving around and prevent people from heading to work. Tens of thousands are on the streets again, a day after some of the biggest protests yet against the takeover. Some have camped outside local jails, waiting for news of family members who have been detained. Tensions flared overnight in Mandalay after clashes between police and striking railway workers. Soldiers and police fired rubber bullets to break up a protest that had blocked the railway tracks, injuring at least 1 person. Arrest warrants have also been issued against 6 celebrities, including film directors, actors, and a singer. They are accused of encouraging civil servants to join the protests, charges that can carry a 2-year prison sentence.
Meanwhile, Myanmar nationals in Thailand who are worried about their families back home have called on the U.S. to help protect their fellow citizens from the military government. A video from the nation Thailand shows the gathering of a handful of protesters outside the U.S. Embassy compound in Bangkok on Thursday. Embassy officials present at the protest reportedly accepted a letter addressed to the U.S. president asking Washington to take military action against the coup leaders in Myanmar. Thai enforcement officials oversaw the demonstration.
Well, more protests loom over